Welcome to Monday, October 2nd, 2023, your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's only statewide newspaper. Get your free digital subscription by hitting the subscribe button on cowboystatedaily.com. It's going to be feeling and looking a lot more like fall here in the coming days ahead. This September that just got done was, boy, a really nice one. It's been a really great fall so far. We've avoided anything too bad or too cold. But this week is going to feel, well, like October as the trough of low pressure is finally moving in. This is the same trough of low pressure we've been talking about for a week that has just been meandering along the west coast into the Pacific Northwest, finally into the Great Basin over the weekend, and is starting to push east now. So showers and clouds, a few thunderstorms, some high country snow showers, and some colder weather will be moving in. Nothing dramatic, though, just October-like, just a bit more like fall. Now, there's another cold push. This will be especially true east of the Divide and into the plains, but up against the east slopes of the Rockies Thursday and Saturday as a cold push comes out of Canada. The intensity of that cold push is kind of up in the air at the moment. We'll talk about that, but it will keep our temperatures cooler with these two systems into the weekend. Friday night and also Thursday night. Thursday nights and Friday nights, there'll be some areas of the region that will have some frost freeze possibilities. A couple of photos coming in over the weekend with a mixture of good shots of the sky and clouds and kind of the changing weather that came in with this Pacific trough as some scattered showers and thunderstorms and some different weather came in some areas over the weekend. Some of the showers and thunderstorms better at making wind than rain, but enough to also produce some rainbows and also some halos, some moon halos with that big full harvest moon that was out there over the weekend. You can see on the satellite imagery this morning, right here, low pressure over western areas of Utah. You can kind of see the swirl of clouds right here. This system is going to be tracking to the east-northeast slowly out of Utah, across Wyoming, then into the Dakotas, out ahead of it. We did see some showers and thunderstorms last night over North Dakota, parts of southeastern Montana, northeastern areas of Wyoming. We'll see areas of showers develop ahead of and underneath this trough of low pressure today, tonight, especially later today, overnight tonight, and into early Tuesday. And this will then push in some cooler air behind it tomorrow. So you can see it's still a slow mover. This is where it's going to be at noon today. This is where it's going to be at noon tomorrow. So taking its sweet time moving on through. Notice the high pressure ridge building in the eastern Pacific. This little area of low pressure right here is going to come down very quickly behind it. And what it will do is drag in some colder air. But for precipitation, this is what the precipitation forecast looks like through Wednesday morning. The heavier showers up here in North Dakota, part of some showers and thunderstorms. Elsewhere, you can see it's a hodgepodge of rain shower and thunderstorm activity. Nothing really concentrated or heavy. We will see some areas of heavier mountain snow, especially here, southwest areas of Colorado. Underneath that area of low pressure before it weakens, those areas will have a little bit more in the way of heavier moisture. Western Wyoming, eastern Idaho, southwest Colorado. Then east of the Divide, just kind of a smattering of shower and thunderstorm activity. And there you can see mountains are going to do okay with snow out of this system. So hunters be advised over the next 48 hours for some wintry weather up high. Snow levels relatively high, but lower than they've been, down to 8,000 to 9,000 feet in many areas. Then as we get into Thursday, we have that new low coming on in with this trough, this high pressure building along the west coast. So that will direct the jet stream to the southeast. So there's going to be a pretty good push of cooler air Thursday into Friday into areas along and east of the Divide and into the northern plains. This will bring a real shot of fall to a lot of the nation east of the Rockies here by the end of the week and into the weekend. And there you can see the colder air by noon Friday pushing along the Divide and east of the Divide, even heading down into Texas. Then as you'll see here in a moment, it spreads out across the plains. Focusing a little bit closer, this is by noon Friday. Friday going to be likely a cloudy, dreary day along and east of the Divide with some upslope conditions. Probably not much precipitation, but certainly clouds and certainly some colder temperature readings. And this is the overnight low temperatures for Saturday morning, and I think also Friday morning. we're going to have some areas near or below freezing over a big area. Now, this is the European model, which has got temperatures close to or a little bit below freezing in many areas of the plains, parts of the central and northern Rockies. The Canadian model is a lot colder. So we've got some solutions here that aren't that bad, and this is a solution that is quite a bit colder by Saturday morning. So gardeners, you've been able to have an extended garden season this year. If you want to keep it going, Thursday night, Friday night, you might need to cover things up if you want to keep those gardens growing. Now, by noon Saturday, you can see that the colder air is definitely pushing south and covering a large part of the region, but it's starting to come off the east slopes of the Rockies. So what will happen is temperatures will rebound in the Rockies, parts of the western high plains, probably Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Then we see by the middle of next week, the Pacific is throwing more at us, and certainly a more active weather pattern towards the middle of next week with the next front or trough coming into the west. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.